Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, y'all. After I shared my story of triumph and healing, and I haven't been sick in a while now, but some bacteria or virus decided to find its way into my system, and I've been like fighting that thing for the last few days. So anyway, I was just thinking today and I decided I want to share this story. So when I was a little girl in Brooklyn, I used to, my mother decided to have me bused to another school, right? I was in the New York City public school system, and I was bused to another school outside of my neighborhood. And the school that I was bused to was, I just remembered that there was a lot of Bay Streets around. And when I just looked it up, it was PS 163 on Bay 14th Street. And I was trying to remember what year it was and everything. And the only reason why I remember one of the years that I was there is because back then they weren't as sensitive as we are today. And, every morning the principal would get on and say the announcements and everything. And I remember one day there was an announcement that Jackie Robinson had passed away. And I remember thinking, who's Jackie Robinson? And I didn't know that he was like a famous Black baseball player, right? And besides that, there was a kid in my class, a little Black kid named Jackie Robinson. So, I'm looking at Jackie like, I'm confused, right? So anyway, that was in 1972. So I looked at that was in 1972. So that means I was 6 years old at that time. And I remember that the bus would pick up girls from not just girls and boys, from other projects around me. And so there were about 4 of us that were friends together. And I remember that we used to go through these tunnels. And we would go through these tunnels on the way to and from school. Kids get a little mischievous and do little things while we was under the tunnel, screaming and whatever, right? And one day, my 3 friends decided that they wanted to fight me. And I was like, well, what did I do? I had no idea, but I was like, I guess I gotta fight. So the one girl, her name was Sherry. I remember Sherry was dark skinned. She was like kind of rough, right? And I was kind of scared to fight her, but I was like, I guess I gotta fight. So she hit me, I hit her back, whatever, we started fighting and everything. We fought for a little while under the first tunnel. And when we finished fighting, she handed me, one of my bows came out, my little bobos, and she gave it back to me. The second person that I had to fight was Laverne. Laverne was light skinned, she had long hair, these long ponytails. And Laverne was like my friend, And I was like, dang, she gonna fight me too? So I have a feeling it was Miss Sherry over there that influenced Laverne to fight me. So when it was Laverne's turn, we went next to the little tunnel, whatever, me and Laverne fought. And it was probably like an even kind of fight. The third one, this little girl named Colette. Not the Colette from CI, y'all. It's a different person. But this little girl, her name was Colette, but she was so small. So if I was only, maybe I wasn't 6, maybe I don't know how old I was when this incident happened. Whatever it was, I felt like Colette was too small for me to be fighting. So she would hit me and I wouldn't hit her back. She hit me again and again and I wouldn't hit her back because I was just like, I am not about to beat up this little girl. And that was that, right? So I was like, why did that happen? And my mind just went to another incident when I was in kindergarten. In kindergarten, I started school in the middle of the school year because my birthday is in March. I turned 5, and they allowed you to start school when you were 5. So my mother put me in school, and school was over in June. So from March to June, I went to school, and I received so many awards. So when we had our end of school year graduation and recognition or whatever, I was called up to the stage several times to get my awards. I was a happy little thing. I would come back and I was sitting between 2 of my friends, and I would come back and they would, be happy for it. But somewhere along the line, when I got back to my seat, their attitudes changed. And when I sat down and I looked at them or whatever, both of them were like, and they put their backs to me. And my whole mood just sunk. I was like, what did I do? That was jealousy. Okay? I'm 5 years old experiencing my first real experience with that I can remember of jealousy, right? And I'm like, well, dang. And it's only because I was successful. So then I'm like, okay, when I was in that school that I was being bused to, I also won some awards there. And one in particular was award for reading on a higher level than my grade. And I'm like, oh, is that why they didn't like me now? All of a sudden, maybe that's why they wanted to fight me. And like I said, I think it was that Sherry person. I think it was her. So I think she was jealous and she got the other two to fight me as well. So now I'm thinking, hey, what is it? How did that affect me, right? What lesson did I learn from that? The lesson I learned in my foundation at a very, very young age is that when you're successful, people are not going to like you anymore. When you're successful, your friends are going to turn their backs on you. When you're successful, you're not going to be loved anymore. Wow. So here I am as an adult now, looking back on these things. All this time, probably because of my limiting beliefs, suppressed limiting beliefs, it could have been holding me back all that time. So I ask you, what happened in your past that has shaped your belief system? What are you believing that's not true? If you think about that, then you can unpack those things, and now you can address those things so that you can take the ceiling off and you can excel and do the thing that you were created to do. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Have an awesome Sunday.